Hello everyone, welcome to Automation and BeamNG Drive. My name is Tim, and today we're going to be building a truck, a mid-sized one. Let's just get started. This right here, it's a mid-size truck, and it is going to be carbon fiber because I want this thing to be light but not too heavy. I don't want it to weigh like 7,500 pounds like the Torque Master, but I don't want it to be like 3,500 pounds like the Renault Carafe. I'm thinking like over 4,000 at least, because this thing, it's going to be a big truck. Okay, the chassis, it was a little bit complicated because I want this chassis to be heavy and strong. That is what I want it to be. Heavy and strong. Okay, a carbon fiber monocoque chassis is probably a little too light. So yeah, we're going to probably do either a ladder or a space frame made of steel. Front longitudinal, of course. We're also going to do solid leaf axle. We're going to max out the quality on this thing because nobody wants a low quality truck. Nobody on earth wants a truck that's going to break down after 100,000 miles. Everyone wants a truck that will last them forever. And for this thing, it needs an all-American V8. A V8 that can do an actually good job of towing. So we're going to give it the same engine as the Renault Carafe, but modified. Okay, we're giving a 4x4 auto manual for 8 speeds, and also auto manual is probably the heaviest of them all. Yeah, I might change the transmission later, I'm not sure. Radial, hard, long life, or utility. Now that I think about it, utility is better because this is, of course, a heavy-duty, manly utility vehicle. Let's see, right here, we're doing pretty good. We want ridiculously wide tires in the rear. Those are not wide enough. I know they can get wider. Okay, 325s in the front is pretty good. 375s in the rear is also pretty good. They can get slightly wider, but yeah. Those 25-inch wheel rims that you just saw right there, that's how big the wheels in the Torque Master are. And they look normal on that thing because that thing is just so much larger than this. Okay, utility. We're going to do that. And we're obviously putting carbon ceramics on this thing. This thing needs to stop quickly. It can't just be drum brakes or hydraulic press brakes or whatever like normal pickup trucks use. I'm not entirely sure. I don't own a truck, so I don't exactly know. We're going to give it the best aero with an off-road skid tray. We're going to give it a premium interior with cool stuff in it. We're going to give it pretty good steering, good traction control, good safety. We're going to make it heavy, and we're going to focus a lot of the weight towards the rear because this thing's pretty front heavy, as most pickup trucks are. For the suspension, I was debating on whether I wanted to try something new. I thought I wanted to try either Active Comfort, Active Sport, Air, Progressive, Hydro Pneumatic, or Standard. Yeah, I'm probably going to do Standard since it's the simplest and probably the most reliable, to be honest. Yeah, we're going to do active sway bars, semi-active dampers. We're going to increase the spring rate, increase the damper rate on both. And you know what? Now that I think about it, what does this thing look like maximum raised up, lifted? Not that good. No, I want it lowered some because, yeah, that looks better in my opinion. Much, much better. It looks like you can actually get inside of this thing without jumping. I'm adjusting the toe of this thing's suspension, toe in particularly, and this thing is sold 0 units. That's good. And it's 3,100 pounds, which is even lighter than the Renault Carafe. But with that out of the way, I'm just going to do some customizations. It's going to get this gnarly red, these black steel tires, a black steel exhaust. We're going to put a tow hitch, of course. Big quad tip exhausts, but not the rear. No. We're going to put them in front of the rear wheels because this is cool. It's going to be like the Dodge Viper or the G-Wagon. That's what the exhaust is going to be like. The grille, we're going to give it the iconic circle headlights that most of my cars have. And we're going to give it a square truck-like grille because that's pretty good. And, okay, we're going to need a bottom grill and a top grill. The bottom ones are for more function. The top one's more for styling. And, yeah, I'm trying to remember which grill I used. Okay, that one looks more like the original. And you know what? I want to experiment with turn signals. So I'm going to take these 3D items, these 3D shapes, and I'm going to turn them into turn signals because I think that would be really cool. We're going to give it our truck's theme tail lights, our iconic tail lights. They've appeared on the Renault Carafe and the Tuo Muso, believe it or not. We're going to put these crates back here because the actual light fixture goes into the bed. We're obviously going to put a footwell thing. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Hood scoop. We're going to put the number of the engine's displacement in cubic centimeters. Yeah, there's obviously going to be a ramp thing for you to step on. We're going to put the name of the company. Of course, suicide doors. Because what is this without suicide doors? Trash. We're going to give it manly truck mirrors. And we're also going to put this handlebar right here, just like the Torque Master. And it's going to be called the Truo Carafe. It's like the Renault Carafe, but even more insane and cool. And I was debating on whether I wanted to put a rear bumper on the back because I was genuinely thinking about it. But then I realized it's probably not that good of an idea to put a rear bumper back here since, well, the bed is kind of high off the ground, so why not put a little step area, and we can put our license plate on the back. It's going to be a European-themed one. And now we need a front fender vent right here in order to let hot air out of the engine. And so far, our truck is looking magnificent. It's a beautiful piece of machinery with all sorts of cool stuff in it, and I just love it. You can step right into the truck easily with those step guard things. I'm not entirely sure what their correct term is, but yeah. Now that I think about it, we should give this thing a front tow hitch because I want to use that feature for a later video at some point. Putting a front tow hitch, allowing this thing to make a train of trucks. That's the interior. It's simple, made of cloth, and, well, rugged. Now let's go to BeamNG Drive. Unfortunately, our truck is not red, it's black. This happened to the Turbine Thrasher V10 back in that other video I made. And that's not all. This thing, I realized, can do a little trick. I think you're going to be pretty cool when you see this little trick. So, yeah. The trailer itself has about 6,000 pounds of wood in it and stuff like that. Actually, no, I think it's more like 2,100 kilograms, but including the trailer, all in total, I think it's like 6,000 pounds. And yep, this thing can do a burnout. And that is what I think is awesome about this thing. It's fast, it's practical, and it can do a burnout, which is awesome. And do you know what else I think is even cooler? The fact that it has side exit exhausts. In fact, I think this is probably my only car with side exit exhausts now that I think about it, which is kinda insane. Oh wait, now that I think about it, that squatted truck I made had side exit exhausts. The camera doesn't really work on this vehicle, as you saw a couple seconds ago, and despite being in rear-wheel drive, we're towing this trailer pretty well. We're not struggling. Our engine does need to redline in order to get up to speed, but I feel like that's kind of normal. And yeah, now we're going to go over this cute little bridge right over a road that we've probably driven on at some point. And this looks like a lumber yard, kind of. There's lots of lumber in this, so let's go into the lumber yard because I want to take this wood here because it's kind of where it belongs. It's like taking someone back to their house, kind of. Well, not really, but you might get my point. But yeah, this is kind of our off-road towing testing. And just remember, we're still in rear-wheel drive. Actually, I don't even know if we are in rear-wheel drive. Okay, if we are in rear-wheel drive, that would be extra impressive. And let's go up this thing, because I feel like this thing goes to, like, the edge of a hill, kind of. And it's going to make it difficult to get this thing out of there. So, let's see. Okay, the truck got out really well, and the trailer got stuck. That's not so good, but hey, at least we got out. And now we're in the mud, and this truck is doing pretty good in the mud. In fact, it's handling quite well. And I just love this truck, and I like the trailer because it's orange. An orange trailer and an no, not an orange truck, a black truck that's supposed to be red, but for some reason, BeamNG Drive does not like that color in particular. I wonder why. And now, let's just take this thing out, because let's just take it back to the road. Okay, this thing doesn't jackknife. The trailer is just too big to do that, and it's not in the right hinge position. But now, let's go to Italy. Now, in Italy, we have the Torquemaster Behemoth right behind us. That thing weighs about, I want to say, 10,500 pounds, and it's stuck in reverse, which makes it even worse to pull. And now, we're going to pull this up a hill with the Renault Carafe, which is actually kind of struggling. And oh my, if that thing passes us, we're going to get yanked around. And yep, we are currently, we just got pulled the other way. Okay, this thing is literally burning rubber trying to pull this thing. That is how heavy the Torquemaster is. In fact, its momentum alone is enough to pull this truck into the other direction. And you know what? Yeah, we're doing we're in four-wheel drive right now. I believe high-range four-wheel drive. And yeah, we had to turn off our engine in order to get out of this because we can't really move when we're attached to that thing. It's like a shipping anchor. If the shipping anchor weighed like 3 times as much as the ship. That's not very good. We just broke our rear axle off, and yeah, that's what happens when you back into something like that. Oh my. Surprisingly, it still works, which is utterly insane. And let's take it down the hill, and oh no. Yeah, that thing is like that ball and chain that like prisoners wear or something like that. And you know what, now that I think about it, let's take the Torquemaster and drive it to see how easily the True Carafe moves. Oh my goodness. Do you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of that scene from Matilda where Miss Trunchwald grabbed that girl by her pigtails and like hammer tossed her into the air like 50 meters away. It was like, that's like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you should watch that scene after this video. It's like one of the funniest scenes in a movie ever. Like, it's up there with like that Godzilla slide kick that I cannot show you because, yeah, Toho, they are very protective of their copyright property. Now let's get back to the trucks. Okay, we have this chain stuck to us, luckily. And now, I think that we should do a little bit of a chase, kind of. Like, I'm thinking we should have one of our trucks chased by the other, and, like, vice versa, or something along that lines. I think that we should have a chase on the beach, because it's like a game of tag, but with multiple 1,000-pound pieces of machinery. One that weighs 1.5 tons, and oh my. The Torquemaster was barely damaged at all by that, and I'm fairly certain we bent the frame of the True Carafe. Oh, we just got a fatal Lua error. That is not good. I have never seen that before in my entire time playing at BeamNG Drive, but here it is. Fatal Lua error. That is just how strong this thing is when it comes to crashing into vehicles. It can cause that to happen when you respawn them. And now, we're going to take it to, well, this little house so we can get, like, a head start ramming into the Torquemaster. Because this thing needs to get its revenge for being smashed into. And thing is, it needs to teach the Torquemaster a little lesson. And now, we're going to get ready to do so. Basically, by turning on the following settings, basically the AI follow setting or chase setting, this basically will get the Truo Muso to ram into the Torquemaster at full speed. Well, not really full speed, but close, but pretty high speed. And Oh my. It's using all of its strength and it cannot push the Torque Master, which is, despite having its parking brake on, it is in fact in neutral. Okay. This is actually pretty interesting. And I feel like the brakes on the Torque Master are strong enough to stop it. But now we're just going in reverse. Reverse on this Torque Master is so strong that we can overcome all of the force of the other truck just by lackadaisically going in reverse. And this thing, it handles pretty well, has a pretty good ride height. I think it's like something like 24 inches or something like that, which is like 2 feet of ride height and ground clearance. But yeah, we're gonna see how this truck's AI will follow. And no, it just bumped into a tree because the AI in this game isn't exactly an A+ AI. It's not like the Boston Dynamics AI, which is able to do things like backflips or something like that. Okay, that's not an AI, that's a humanoid robot, but you probably get my point. Okay, yeah, as we can see, the True Carif is following us, and the Torque Master gently strolls the beach. If you don't know, I'm trying to be a low-budget version of David Attenborough. That is what I'm trying to do. Oh. Okay, we just went into the water. The truck is allergic to water. It will drown in the water. The truck is now in the grass, its natural hunting ground. And on the beach, a smaller but more ferocious enemy is rolling on the hill, unable to understand that it has to hunt to survive. What a stupid truck. The AI of the truck is not very smart. Meanwhile, the Torque Master just gently roams the beach, picking up some speed, running around because they want to, frolicking, and now just resting and relaxing. Meanwhile, the black truck, the True Carif, is angry and out for blood. Now, the True Carif wants to eat the Torque Master, like a lion eating an elephant. Oh boy. And so far, no, they can't keep up. The Torque Master, despite weighing almost as much as an actual elephant, is somehow faster at acceleration than the True Carif. And oh, they cannot keep up. I don't know if I put the chase or follow setting on. The chase setting will allow for one vehicle to crash into another. The follow setting will only let them get within a certain distance before stopping. And wow, the True Carif is pretty stupid. No wonder the species went extinct. With a pretty lazy and pathetic crash, we were finally able to just get this scene right here. This should give you an idea of just how much smaller the True Carif is. And now, we're in Arizona. Yes, this is my Torque Master, the True Carif, and the regular Turbine Thrasher right here, all in one scene compared to each other. And it's just glorious. The Turbine Thrasher is longer than the True Carif, well, for aerodynamics purposes. And now, I'm going to take the Torque Master somewhere. That is all I'm going to do. I'm going to take it somewhere and see how good the True Muso's pathfinding is. But now, let's get the Turbine Thrasher out of the way so that the Torque Master can actually see where it's going and doesn't have any obstacles. And now, let's go. Okay, the True Muso is actually doing a pretty good job with handling. It's staying on the road and knows when to stop pretty well. Okay, this road, I believe, right here is like a pretty sharp turn. Yeah, that right there. We go down pretty steep, and oh, we almost just crashed. And oh my. Now that I think about it, I don't even know if this is the AI function or me just driving. Like, I think it's the AI option, actually. Because it's going decently fast. It's not going crazy fast, but it's not really driving too well, because the AI in this game usually drives better than this. And you know what? Okay, this truck is almost to its destination. There's like a construction site down there for like, I don't know, like a 3-star hotel or something along those lines. And here it is. There's 3-star hotel. And now, oh no. Oh no. They're angry. Oh, ow. Oh my. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that we're not winning the battle against them at all. We are just not winning at all. We're being crushed to death by them. They are barely gonna have to use any of their energy to crush us, and even using all of ours, we failed. Now we're up at the top of this bridge because I saw a little challenge. It was a jumping challenge or something along those lines. And you know what? I feel like this thing, seeing how far it can jump, would be something cool and new. Now, let's do this. I think it would be pretty fun.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
With that disappointment out of the way, we can now go to the drag race. We're comparing it to the Truro Carafe, the baby of the truck Goldilocks family. And okay, right here, revving our truck to the max, and yeah, we are slower. We're somehow lighter. We have more power and more torque, but yet we're slower. It's probably like an aerodynamics thing or something like that. But hey, we succeeded at being DeLoreans. We could go over 88. Unlike the car in the previous video, which was my K car. Oh, my turn signals actually worked. Pretty nice. Now, we should retry with someone else. Someone faster or slower. Yes, this right here is the Tectonic 165 GTR, the fastest version of the Tectonic truck lineage. And let's go! Okay. Yeah, they are very, very slow, despite having a lot more power than us. They have 1,000 horsepower. We have about 650. And yeah, we did a sub 12-second quarter mile. Pretty nice. Okay, you know what? I like this. Oh, their brakes are probably garbage. They're probably gonna crash and all that. Yeah. And now, we're at the jump arena, because that's all the trucks I really wanted to test. And let's just test the turbine thrasher right here. This should give you an idea of what this jump test is like. And oh, we're spinning out. We're not doing too good. We're not. Oh no. I can genuinely not believe we just did that. And now, we're in none other than the Truro Carafe. This truck right here will finally do the jump on the ramp. It will do the jump ramp, and it will do it better than the Torque Master. And oh my, why is it struggling to get into gear? Oh, what is wrong with it? Was it given a defective transmission or something like that? Oh no, this is terrible. This is so terrible, I'm just gonna restart. And now, we're gonna go here. Finally, our transmission is not defective. Okay, go fast. Good, we're actually gaining speed. Nice, nice. This is the fastest I've ever seen this truck go. We're at 180 right now. And how far can we jump? How far can we possibly go? And I think we went like 475 meters. Can we land in the pool, can we? Nope. No, we can't. We cannot land in the pool because that wasn't our destiny. Our destiny was to land wherever this is. A tragic, sad destiny. And now, I'm gonna go up here, and we're gonna back out, and we're gonna fade to black to the bridge. This bridge will allow us to achieve our true top speed, and well, that's pretty much all we have. I want to achieve this thing's absolute top speed, the fastest this thing can possibly go. I want this thing to achieve flight, because there's a dip down there in the road that allows these vehicles to fly and, I don't know, crash into a wall and into the water. Anyway, this is pretty much all for today. This truck was a pretty fun thing to drive. The fact it can do burnouts is pretty fun. It's a wonderful piece of machinery. It can haul pretty well. It's not perfect, but, well, anyway, that's all.